Hello, we are back again with some more exciting skills from first year chemistry.
Yay!
Yes. And this is part 2 of 104. And what we're talking about is molecular formula versus empirical formula, how to get from the empirical formula and the molecular weight to the molecular formula. So what we want to remember, just a quick definition. Or a quick example. A molecular formula is going to give you all of the elements and how many there are of each one. And that's in a molecule. Kind of did this backwards, sorry, I could have gone the other way, but well. So for instance, a molecular formula might be like C2H10. And an empirical formula is like the reduced version of a molecular formula. So this tells the simplest whole number ratio of moles in a molecule. And if you know the molecular formula, then you can figure out the empirical formula if you divide by the largest common number. And in this case, it would be 2. So the molecular formula of C2H5 would give us the empirical formula of CH5. So in actuality, C2H10 doesn't exist, but we're not going to get into that. That was not a great example, but oh well. Just know that you reduce it from your exact numbers, and you reduce by dividing by the largest common number. Okay, so we are going to do just like a continuation example from part 1. And in part 1, we found the empirical formula was CH2O. And what if we are prompted to have to find the molecular formula? In order to do that, we would need the molar mass or the molecular weight. So we know this, and then we'd be given the molecular weight, and we are going to make that synonymous with molar mass, is 180.155, and we want to know what is the molecular formula. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is find out the multiplier. And in order to do that, we need to know how much this thing weighs. So we need to know how much the molar mass of CH2O is. So if we add that up, 1 carbon plus 2 hydrogens plus an oxygen, we get 30.026 grams per 1 mole. And what we need to know is by how many times bigger is the molecule than the empirical formula. So we're going to take the molecular weight of 180.155 grams and divide by the empirical formula's molar mass, just to see by how many times greater the molecule is than the empirical formula. And you would round to your nearest whole number there. And in this case, it's going to be 6. So this is our multiplier. And so you multiply the empirical formula by your quotient. So if I did CH2O times 6, I would get C6H12O6. So this would be my molecular formula. If I'm given that the molar mass of the molecule is 180.155. It's not always going to be 6, but you will find a multiplier in all cases. And if you come up with one where your empirical formula is the same as your molecular formula mass, then they're equal to each other. And that's it. Thank you.